the duty of the citizen is to educate him or herself and to have one's voice heard.
This is the first event for the Ethics Centre in the United States, and we picked New York City because it's a melting pot. Rather than just having a panel sitting at a stage, we've created 2 spare chairs where members of the audience can actually claim a seat at the table. We wanted to ensure as far as possible that we had a diverse representation of the whole of the political spectrum.
I think it's very interesting that it's an Australian group at the core of this event. I think if a liberal group or a conservative group or an American group had tried to put together an event like this, many of us would have come with a bit of distrust to begin with.
We have often been deeply polarized. This is not the first or only time that American politics are very bitterly divided. Right now, we're a country going through tremendous change, and many people are frightened, and there's a tremendous amount of anger.
People feel hurt. You know, people had a lot of emotional value tied into Hillary winning, and when she lost, it was kind of a personal blow to them. We as Americans need to understand each other a little bit better because we are not that far off from one another.
People are really becoming tribal and self-selecting to live amongst only their own. And that's really making any kind of dialogue right now in the United States, I think, historically difficult.
I was invited in first place to be part of this event because I'm a refugee myself.
You've got 6 of those countries that don't have functioning governments right now.
If the US to let me come here would have asked my own government if I'm secure to be in the US, what my own government would have said. Have said no, because I protested that same exact government.
As we know, the American politics actually are very global and they affect every single nation.
You have to find a way to balance who we are as Americans with some of the very real national security threats that we face. But right now we do have a situation where we have an administration that's passing policies that seem to be way more based on ideology and rhetoric than on actual national security implications.
It's not just about Trump. You know, it's about something larger that's happening, and we need to be able to face it in that international way.
The media is in very much of a transition period. People can find online any kind of belief they want to reinforce their own thinking or find thinking they've never explored.
I think all of us writers and journalists and thinkers, you know, in the period since the election and since the inauguration have been wondering how we should conduct ourselves in this new reality. We live in a situation where on his first day in office, the President of the United States declared war on the news media.
We should be optimistic. This is a very strange and tumultuous time in American history. But it is also a time where people are finally getting engaged. And the only way that we build a better tomorrow and a better America is by having people working together. And I'm optimistic that that's going to happen.
We just have to go on making the argument that the world has somehow turned upside down in recent months, and we have to try and get it the right way up again.
People wonder what's the connection between an ethics centre and the sorts of issues that are being discussed here. Ethics is ultimately about living an examined life. It's about engaging in a kind of reflective practice as a citizen.
I'm sure that people in other countries are confused and upset when they see what's happening in the United States now. No wonder, and we're confused and upset about it too. I would ask our friends abroad to be a little bit sympathetic. I wish we were more like Australia.